I'm your host of the Most Welcome 23. You're joining me for My Fake Valentine Chapter 1. Will you be my fake Valentine? It's a gorgeous night at Atoll Blue, one of the most romantic restaurants in Los Angeles. The air is filled with the soft murmur of couples dining and flirting, but tonight, you're not one of them. Going with default. Emily Thompson. You navigate through the tables with several plates in hand and sit down in front of a smiling couple. Here you go, lovebirds. Here's that steak and truffle fettuccine alfredo. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, babe, doesn't this look divine? I told you I would take you to the best spot in the city, hon, and I meant it. As the taller of the two women squeezes her date's hand, you feel a pang. It must be nice to have someone who's head over heels for you, but here I am painfully single. And what are we gonna do for Valentine's Day, then? I don't know how I'm gonna top this date. And I'm so completely invisible. You start to turn away from the table, but then one of the women calls out to you. What about you? You've been an angel all night. Any Valentine's Day plans next week with a special someone? Honestly, I can't wait till it's over. No offense, but you two are adorable, but let's just say February is not my month, especially after my last ex decided to end things on Valentine's Day. I get it. It's not for everybody. No, but don't give up on putting yourself out there, okay? I'm sure you'll find somebody. Yeah, cyanide capsule. Right now, if you'll excuse me, I just need to find my next table. As you move through the room full of happy couples, taking orders, dropping off plates, your eyes land on one table that's different. There's someone sitting all alone. This is a single love interest book. Like most of them. A man, a woman. Let's see what the men look like. One, two, three. I'm assuming women next. Let's see the female options. One, two, three. You ever notice at this point the female options are somewhat better than the male options? I'm just saying. I don't know. It's just getting tired of the same old, same body, same look, same hair, same face. Face one. He's cute, and probably waiting for his own date. Suddenly he meets your gaze. It's as if time stops for a brief moment and you feel a flutter in your chest. Oh, great, nice going. He caught me staring. I'll give a friendly wave, or just look away. You quickly spin on your heel and power walk away from the man at the table. Way to look like a creep, Emily. Stop staring and get back to work. Flustered, you quickly scurry back to the kitchen. I'm back. Do we have the order ready for table 12? But as the night goes on, you serve table after table, but the man you saw earlier is still sitting there, alone. That's weird. As you pass by, you see that he's on a phone call, clutching his cell to his ear. You just catch the tail end of his conversation. No, really, it's fine. Don't worry about it. He pauses, his free hand going to his temple as he lets out a quiet sigh. I understand things happen. Okay. Yeah. Bye. I guess things aren't going exactly his way tonight. I should go check on him. Bet he could use a pick-me-up. I mean, listen, you're probably getting a tip anyway, right? So, customer service. You pour a complimentary glass of wine to give to him. An extra glass of wine never hurt anybody, right? Ha ha ha. Let's see if I can lighten the mood a little. You approach his table with a professional smile, and then disaster strikes. Your foot catches on something. Suddenly, you're stumbling forward. The wine flies out of your hand, splashing all over the man's clothes. You have got to be kidding me. Whoa. He jumps back in his seat, attempts to dab at the now stained fabric with a napkin. Just my luck. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. Let me help. Where are the napkins? Your mind races as you frantically grab a handful of napkins from a nearby table. Of all the ways to introduce myself, this has to be the worst. Really, it's fine. No damage was done. I mean, sure, I'm a bit more damp than I expected tonight, but now I've got a story to tell. I was trying to offer you a complimentary glass of wine, though I guess I ended up giving you more than just a glass. Damn. Am I really that pitiful right now? No, not at all. That's not what I meant. I'm kidding. It's well-placed pity. I got stood up tonight. I'm so sorry. Getting stood up is the worst. I just don't understand why people do it, you know? And then they wait until the last minute to call. Yeah, seriously. It's a crappy thing to do to someone. Anyways, don't worry about it. It was nice of you to check up on me. Sure thing, and if it helps, I know what it feels like to be alone at a time like this. He gestured towards the red streamers and heart balloons coating the ceiling. Really? You're single? Is that so surprising? I mean, you are quite beautiful, I'm just well, yeah, you're a catch. And how would you know that? Because you're nice enough to try and cheer up a lonely stranger. Anyone with a heart of gold like that is a catch in my book. Well, I'm as single as a Pringle, and have been for a long time, or as long as I can remember, trying to put my career first these days. I'm the same. I spend so much time writing that I don't have a lot left for other stuff. Writing? Are you a journalist? The guiltiest charge. I'm actually here for work. I'm researching for Valentine's Day article. I had plans to go to a drive-in movie tonight, hence the blind date, but it's kind of hard to capture the whole spirit of romance solo. Really? You know, you get yourself Vaseline. No, I'm kidding. Listen, I have to add humor to this because it's sad. You know, whatnot. He leans back slightly, looking thoughtful. You wouldn't be up for turning an awkward wine spill into a little adventure, would you? I could really use someone to come to the drive-in theater with me tonight. Me. You really want a stranger to go out with you? Seriously? Well, you're not exactly a stranger anymore. We've shared a pretty memorable moment already. Well, that's one way to put it. Plus, it's for journalism. Think of it as helping me conduct thorough research. I don't know. Look, I'm just asking you because I like you. You seem nice. Plus, I was literally on a blind date, ready to take a stranger out. Whereas you... I know you so well after spilling wine all over you? Something like that. So, what do you say? Care to be my fake date for tonight? Wow. Really encourages you, you know, when you're like... You're gonna be fake. You know, you could have just been like, hey, want to be my date for the night? Why not, you know? You consider your options, going home to your silent apartment, working late again, or you could just say, you know what? Why not? Beat spending the night at home again. I can do that anytime. Exactly. I promise. It'll be fun, Emily. Wait, how do you know my name? You probably have a name tag somewhere. He grins, gesturing the name tag you forgot was attached to your uniform. Right. Totally forgot about that. Mm-hmm. All good. You showed me yours, I'll show you mine. But, His name is Elijah Carter. I'm Elijah Carter. He holds out a hand and you clasp it. His grip is gentle but warm. Nice to meet you. Just let me finish up here and we can head out. Well, perfect. I'll be here, basking in the aroma of Cabernet Sauvignon. As you walk away to clock out, you can't help but smile. I can think of worse ways to end a shift. He's secretly a serial killer. Half an hour later, you step out of the restaurant, greeted by the vibrant hum of LA streets at night. You spot Elijah waiting for you by the door. All you need, love and chocolate sign. So, are you still up for this? For a fake date with a guy I just met 30 minutes ago? Yep, weirdly, I am. Good. Just thought I'd double check. He gestures down the street, motioning for you to follow him. And our chariot awaits, by which I mean my car. You're driving us to the movie. There's no limo waiting around the corner to whisk us away. I'm flattered by your misconception of journalist lifestyle, but unfortunately no limo. I'll be your driver tonight. Listen, he's wearing glasses. He might be Superman in disguise. As the two of you head down the street, you suddenly spot a cluster of people on a sidewalk. They're all waiting outside a brightly lit shop. Whoa, what's going on over there? There are couples lined up out the door. You both approach the shop where a sign hangs up by the entrance. Elijah peers at it and reads aloud. Couples chocolate making evening. Create and customize your own premium chocolate box. Huh. What? Not something you would normally do on a Tuesday night? Do you want to stand in the line as if it's a GameStop midnight release and wait to do chocolate? I don't know. A couple's chocolate making event. It's like Valentine's Day propaganda in its purest form. But I think we should do it. Wait, seriously? You heart-shaped chocolates. Didn't you just call it propaganda? Yeah, but this is what I need for my article. My editor's been hounding me to immerse myself in classic romance tradition. 'Cause again, GameStop midnight release line. We can make some chocolate, interview some happy couples and Valentine's Day traditions, and ideally take the chocolate home with us. So, are you in? Okay, listen. In what country do you celebrate Valentine's Day a week early? Seriously, in what country? This book can't decide whether it's doing Valentine's today or next week. Seriously. The moment you step into the chocolate shop with Elijah, a wave of warmth and rich, sweet scent of cocoa wrap around you like a cozy blanket. A cheerful host, her apron splattered artistically with chocolate, bounces over to greet you. Welcome, lovebirds! Here for our couples event? Thought there was a line. Lovebirds. You instinctively glance at Elijah, his eyebrows raised slightly. You meet your wide-eyed look with a smile, almost amused little smile. Yep, we are. Yeah, right. Yes, that's us. Oh, you two make such a cute couple. Let's get you set up. As the host turns to lead you into both into the shop, Elijah leans towards you, his tone dropping just low enough for only you to hear. Sorry, I know we just met, but I'm pretty sure they're not letting us in unless we keep up the couple thing. I get it. You're just lucky I'm such a convincing actor. Listen, that woman has probably seen people who they're not couples, let's be honest. They're just here. Oh, absolutely. You're really selling it. As he grins at you, your cheeks grow a little warmer. We'll talk about it at the end of the book. Or may I say, end of the chapter. There are worse things than pretending to be a couple with a cute guy like him. The host leads you to a station filled with an assortment of chocolate-making supplies. Little molds, colorful toppings, rich melted chocolate, and warming pots. Wow, setup looks like something out of a gourmet cooking show. Thank you. Now here are your aprons. Have fun, and don't be afraid to get a little messy. I dragged you into this, so why don't you pick our flavor? What kind of chocolate should we make? Please say dark chocolate. There are a lot of mix-ins to choose from. What kind of chocolate do you like? I'm a classic milk chocolate guy. Simple, but never disappoints. Oh, come on, there's no goddamn dark chocolate! F this book, I'm done. Let's make something bold with a kick of spice. Zesty twist with orange. Classic milk chocolate, your favorite. Listen, I'm going with bold and a kick of spice. I don't give a shit. You scan the available ingredients, your eyes land on a jar of finely ground chili powder. Let's spice things up with a little chili chocolate. Live it a little, right? Chili chocolate, bold choice. Do you actually like spicy desserts, or are you just trying to impress me? Maybe a little bit of both. Now I'm just curious if this is going to be amazing or a complete disaster. Amazing. I guess either way, it'll stand out. I think it'll turn out great. Just trust the process. As you start selecting ingredients, an initial awkwardness melts away faster than the chocolate. Do you mind handing me that bowl? Sure thing. Your fingers brush his as you hand the bowl over, and you feel a small spark prick the tips of your fingers. Elijah pauses for the briefest moment, his eyes flicking to yours. Thanks. No problem. Was that just me, or did he feel it too? He moves seamlessly beside you, grabbing the vanilla extract, but just as you reach for the sugar. We have a pretty good rhythm. I feel like we're working together like 100 times before. You begin melting the chocolate, stirring it gently as it transforms into a rich, glossy texture over low flame. He watches as you measure the chili powder and pour it into the melted chocolate with concentration. It smells delicious already. But the real question is how does it taste? Before you can blink, he grabs a spoon from a nearby table and dips it into the chocolate mixture. He swipes some onto his finger and tastes it. I think it might need a little something extra. Care for a taste test? He holds out the spoon, a mischievous glint in his eye, but you also notice a bit of chocolate at the corner of his mouth. Reach out and touch face, do-do-do-do-do-do. You reach out and gently wipe the chocolate from the corner of his mouth with your thumb. Can't leave you with evidence of your chocolate affair. Oh, thanks. Of course. I'm lucky to have someone looking out for me. Hey, it's a tough job, but someone's gotta do it. Yeah, makes up for the wine on his shirt. Your response elicits a light chuckle from him. He holds out the spoon for you to try, and the silky smoothness of the chocolate coats your tongue, right as the burst of chili hits and wakes up your taste buds. Oh wow, that's just a right amount of kick. I think the flavors are well balanced already. I don't see it needing anything else. Sounds good. I can't believe we got it right on the first try. The melted chocolate concoction glistens in its bowl, ready to be poured into its mold. Alright, fearless leader, how are we doing this? Well, it's pretty simple. One of us holds the molds and the other doesn't mess up. Think you can handle holding the molds? Think you can handle not pouring the shit all over his shirt? I think I can manage. Listen, I know I'm being mean, but she did spill a drink on us. You grab the bowl of melted chocolate, tilted carefully over the first mold, focusing as the chocolate begins to pool inside. The shoulder lightly brushes yours as he leans closer, using a spatula to scrape the last bit of chocolate into the mold. Whoa, careful. We don't have backup chocolate if this goes wrong. Relax, I've got steady hands. He flashes you a confident smile as he scrapes the bowl clean. With the molds filled and smooth, Elijah sets the spatula down. I guess you do. Nice work, partner. Same to you. With your chocolates now setting, you glance over at nearby couples, adding final touches to their boxes. Hey, mind if we chat with those lovebirds? It could be great for the story. Lead the way, Mr. Journalist. You approach a friendly couple nearby, admiring their beautifully decorated box. Hi guys, I'm Elijah. This is Emily. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions for an article I'm writing? Sure thing. I'm Ryan. This is Jesse. Hello. Nice to meet you too. I'm writing about the couple's experience with romance, especially on Valentine's Day, since it's right around the corner. Can I ask about how long you two have been together? It'll be 3 years next month. Oh, best 3 years of my life. Congrats. It's quite the milestone. So, with a relationship that serious, what does Valentine's Day mean to you as a couple? Lots of experience, or expensive dinners, or flowers that triple in price. Ignore him. Valentine's Day is about celebrating love in all of its forms, whether it's staying at home or having a fancy dinner with your person. I think it looks different for everyone. So, how do you keep the chemistry alive? Surprise date nights wearing leopard print, apparently. Sorry, not sorry. Like this chocolate making workshop. And remembering the little things, like how Ryan takes his coffee. Elijah nods, types some of the notes on his phone, giving you a pleased grin. Nice one. You're a natural at this. Just trying to follow your lead, Mr. Journalist. Alright guys, one last question and then I promise I'll only let you enjoy the rest of your night. How do you two usually celebrate Valentine's Day? Do you go to events like these, or... well, yeah. Also, instead of buying gifts, we like to write each other letters. It's something we started doing the first year of us dating, and it's stuck ever since. Oh, I love it. Oh, thank you. I keep all of his in a cute little box and read them whenever I'm feeling upset. Oh yeah, I bet he has all mine memorized by heart at this point. Thank you guys for your time. This was really helpful. Of course, we look forward to reading the article. He didn't ask what newspaper he's with. As you head back to your station, you notice the chocolates have set. Perfect. Now all we have to do is box them up. You and Elijah stand side by side, surrounded by an assortment of boxes, colorful strings, decorative ribbons. You reach for a heart-shaped box to place the chocolates in. Elijah passes you some gold string and a fancy red bow. Here, should go with the box. I didn't peg you as the crafty type. Hey, I made an award-winning science diorama in the 3rd grade. This is basically the same thing, just edible. You burst into laughter, and together you start arranging chocolates in the box. As you slot one into space, your hand brushes against his. A small jolt runs through you, and you drop the chocolate. Sorry. That's fine. He gently nudges your hand, fixing your misplaced chocolate, and you feel that small thrill again. You know, we make a pretty good team, don't we? We do. It feels like we're not strangers anymore. Though, if we're supposed to be a team, you really need to work on your chocolate placement. This one is way off-center. Hey, it's artistically placed, not off-center. You just don't have a creative vision. Uh-huh. Seriously? What? Are you the Picasso of chocolate world now? As a matter of fact, yes I am. Thank you for acknowledging it. Elijah laughs, shakes his head, and as you finish decorating the box, he looks at you with a warm smile. Thanks for doing this with me. It's not every day you meet someone willing to dive into these kinds of things with a stranger. Well, it's not every day a handsome journalist asks you to be a guinea pig for his article. You complimented him. Handsome, huh? I should put that in the article. I'm not sure your ego needs the boost, but I can't stop you. You both laugh, and Elijah's lingering gaze makes your breath catch. You both stand in silence for a moment before he finally clears his throat. So we got our chocolate. Are you ready to head out? The drive-in awaits. Lead the way, chocolate master. As you leave, the warmth of the chocolate shop, the cool evening air, hits your face. But with Elijah by your side and the box of handmade chocolates between you, you feel anything but cold. A few minutes later, you pull up to a park-turned-drive-in theater. Elijah guides the car to a cozy spot. The big screen ahead is playing a pre-movie ads, and the atmosphere buzzes with excitement as the other moviegoers settle around you. This is adorable. The park, the way they set up the string lights, it feels almost too perfect to be real. String lights, where? That's the drive-in magic doing most of the work. They really did wonders to this place. So, what's the feature presentation tonight? Well, I did some journalistic digging. Found out they're playing 10 Things I Hate About You. 10 Things I Hate About You. Why does that sound familiar? Ah, yes, the one with Heath Ledger. It took me a minute. I actually never watched that one, so... yeah. I didn't know you were into rom-coms, though. You said classic romance isn't really your thing, so I didn't peg you as the romantic comedy type. What? You think I can handle some... I don't think I can handle some heartfelt monologues? I've only known you for like 2 hours, but I'm gonna say no. Then the joke's on you. I can endure a lot of things for the sake of research. Wait, have you seen this movie before? Nope. I've heard of it, obviously, but I've actually never seen a rom-com. What? Well, you're definitely in for a treat. I'm glad I decided to come here tonight, then. Care to give me a quick synopsis before it starts? It's about a high school guy, Cameron, trying to date Bianca, but her dad has a rule she can't date until her sister Kat does. So they get Patrick, played by Heath Ledger, to try and win over Kat, aka Julia Stiles. Huh, I'm interested in seeing just how charming this Heath Ledger is. He was a good guy. Oh, very funny. You know who Heath Ledger is. You do know who Heath Ledger is, right? He gives you a playful wink as the movie begins, the opening credits roll, and you settle back into your seat. As Cameron hatches his plan to date Bianca and Patrick starts to woo Kat, you sneak a glance at Elijah. So I have to ask, how have you never watched a rom-com before? I'm just more into thrillers, documentaries. It always seems so cheesy. Cheesy can be a good thing, especially when done with a lot of heart. This movie will open your eyes, I promise. We'll see. As the movie unfolds, you find yourself glancing at Elijah, watching his reactions to your favorite scenes. At first, he seems politely interested, but when Patrick gets up from the bleachers to serenade Kat, you catch him leaning forward in his seat. Wow, he's got some pipes and some moves. See, told you, he was good in this. Elijah nods towards the scene unfolding on screen as Patrick begins dancing atop the bleachers. Did you ever do anything like that in high school, like pull any crazy stunts? Me? I was way too shy. I wouldn't have done that even if you paid me. Really? You don't strike me as the shy type. I've come a long way since high school, believe me. Back then, total wallflower. Noted. High school, you probably wouldn't have agreed to a fake date at a drive-in, huh? You keep reminding her it's a fake date. Brother in Christ, read the room. Definitely not, but hey, people change. What about you? Have you ever done something like that? Hell no. I was always cooped up in the news club room. Wow, so you wanted to be a journalist for that long, huh? Yeah, storytelling, reporting, writing. It's always been my passion. What's the most interesting story you've covered? He thinks for a moment. Well, there was this musician I followed for a piece. He was a street performer in LA, completely underrated. He had this raw, soulful way of performing, like every lyric he sang came straight from his heart. It wasn't about perfection, it was about feeling. It's the kind of thing that sticks with you, you know? Sharing stories like that, ones that make people laugh, cry, or just think for a moment. That's what it's all about for me. Wow. You really take this job seriously, huh? Yeah, I do get a bit carried away sometimes. Getting carried away isn't a bad thing. It's nice to hear someone who really cares about their work. Not something I see a lot of while waiting tables. Thanks, Emily. You watch Eliza's face as the scene plays on. The marching band joins in, serenading Kat on the field. Damn, a whole marching band? Can you see yourself doing this for someone? I don't know. Just doesn't seem realistic to me. His brow furrows as his gaze stays fixed on the screen. It's kind of cute how focused he is. You're really trying to dissect the mechanisms of a rom-com over here, huh? Something like that. The story's just pretty different from what I'm used to. Tropey, more focused on relationships than plot. Oh, come on. The relationships are the plot. You're a writer. A journalist. There's a difference. Technically one and the same. But still, haven't you ever heard of the character that is plot? Sometimes the most important thing in the story is how two people feel, because we've all been there in real life. I guess it is relatable. Stakes everyone has been through, even if our high school sweethearts didn't all do that. Yeah, plus it's fun to watch Heath Ledger dance around with that much confidence. I am taking notes on his late 90s swagger. Time passes, and before you know it, the final credits roll, and people begin to leave for the night. So, final verdict? He smiles as he starts the car. May have enjoyed it more than I expected. See, knew it. That's the power of a good rom-com. Yeah, good. There's about 1 million of them. You gotta filter through them. Alright, let's not go that far. I just had a good time watching it with you. I'm glad I could help open your eyes, then. And in exchange, let me give you a ride home. Sure. Thanks, Elijah. His car glides smoothly through the streets, the gentle rumble of the tires on the pavement filling this comfortable silence between you. For a random fake date with a stranger, that was pretty nice. Suddenly, an opening in the tree catches your eye. Elijah slows the car, clearly noticing it too. Hey, isn't that the road to one of those lovers' lookout spots? Yeah, I've heard about that place. Never actually stopped. Never? Could be worth checking out for your article, for research purposes. For research purposes. I like the way you think. Elijah's eyes sparkle with amusement in the dim light of the dashboard. Are you okay with making a little detour? What a surprise. The things I do for all of you. Elijah turns down a nearby street. After a short drive, you pull up on a scenic overlook. You both step out into the cool night air. Wow, what a view. The city lights look a little like a sea of stars from up here. Elijah leans against the car as you both gaze at the lights flickering below. But I can't see the appeal of driving all the way out here just to make out. It seems like something people only do in movies. So you've never wanted to pull over for a scenic makeout? It's honestly never crossed my mind. Wow, he's serious. But now I'm wondering if I've been missing something. You could always come back here one day on a real date and experience it for yourself. True. I guess part of the reason I agreed to write this Valentine's piece is to figure people out and to figure out the hype with this holiday. What's the other part that convinced you to write about it? No offense, but you don't strike me as the romantic type. No, really. No offense taken. Honestly, I got stuck with this because my last piece was focused on real-world news flopped. My boss thought I needed to try something that appeals to people more broadly, something more upbeat. This has been pushing me out of my comfort zone, I'll say that much. Well, maybe it's pushing you in a good direction. I don't know about that, but I guess it's forcing me to see things differently. See, that's already something. Maybe it's not about the assignment itself, but about finding something new in it for yourself. Like what? I don't know, something meaningful? Who knows? You might enjoy the assignment more than you expect. I'll hold you responsible if I end up enjoying this too much. Sure, you can blame me, if that makes you feel better. He turns to you, catching your gaze with curiosity in his eyes. Enough about my writing misadventures. What about you? What about me? I met you waiting tables. So is the restaurant life your dream, or is it your first step to getting somewhere else? The second one. You consider giving him the short answer, but after how much he's shared with you, you take a deep breath and give him the real one. I've always wanted to go to culinary school and become a chef. I know it's a long shot, but it's always been my dream. Yeah, why cooking? I love it because I can be creative with your food. Grandma's cooking was always inspired me. It lets me express that what I can't with words. I'm gonna go with Grandma's cooking. We used to spend hours in her kitchen when I was a kid. She'd let me help by stirring something or playing with leftover dough. She made cooking seem magical, like every meal she prepared had a story behind it. So cooking is your way of connecting with her? And with my family, every recipe I've learned from her feels like a part of her lives on with me. That's beautiful. So is this what people come up here for? Deep conversations about career dreams under the stars? I think you and I both know that's not what people actually come here for. True. I think right about now we're supposed to be scribbling our initials in a heart on that tree over there. Yep, that sounds right. Sure, we'll go with that. But instead, we're out here talking about failed articles and recipes. Doesn't exactly scream romantic cliche. You meet your gaze, and for a fleeting moment, the playful tone fades into something more real. You stare back at him, your heart suddenly beating a little faster. Not so bad, though, is it? No complaints here. I would love to try your cooking one day. Well, if you want me to cook for you, you're gonna have to see me again. True. I can't argue with the logistics there. But does this mean you'd be willing to see me again? What do you think? I think I could be free for dinner this week. Is he serious, or is he just saying that to be polite? Your heart leaps in your chest just as the cold breeze blows through the overlook. It's getting colder. I should should have probably brought another layer. You rub your arms together gently, trying to keep yourself warm as Elijah shifts closer to stand beside you, blocking some of the breeze. Well, I don't want this to turn into a rescue mission because you're frozen solid. I'd hate for you to have to explain that one to, well, anyone. He smiles at you, teasing, but doesn't say anything for a moment. His gaze just drifts back to the city below instead. So what do you think? Was the whole lookout detour worth the trip? He pretends to think it over, a small smile tugging at the corner of his mouth. Yeah, I think it was. I mean, the view's not bad, but the company made it a lot better. That was smooth, Carter. You should use that line in your article. Maybe I will. For a fleeting moment, it feels like the rest of the world fades into the background as the two of you look at one another, smiles plastered on both your faces. My heart is beating so fast right now. Another chilly breeze cuts through the quiet, and you shiver. You shared a private moment. Okay, I think it's really time to head back now before I actually freeze out here. Alright, let's get you home. Dude didn't offer his jacket. I had to say it. I had to say it. The road stretches ahead, illuminated by the soft glow of the streetlights as you slowly warm up thanks to the car's heater. You talked a big game about me making him dinner, but was that for real? Or was that just a thing people say to each other? I don't even have his number, and if I'm going to ask for it, I have to do it before we get to my building. Elijah's car rolls into the parking lot of your apartment complex, the headlights illuminating the familiar entrance. But as he cuts the engine, he blinks, looking stunned. Wait a second, this is your place? Yeah, why do you ask? Because this is my building, too. No way, are you serious right now? How did you give him the address and he didn't realize? It's serious, I can't believe we've been living in the same place this whole time. You both head towards the entrance into the elevator. The door closes with a soft ding. Elijah pushes the button for the 8th floor. You're on the 8th floor? Yeah, why? No way, me too. Oh my god! Is this your door? Yes, it is! Mine too! Oh my god. The elevator arrives at your floor and you both step out. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. What's your apartment number? 8B. Let me guess, you're... Oh my god! Me too! 8C. We're literally across the hall from each other. God, there's gonna be more of this shit. Oh my god. Oh. Deep breaths, just... Alright, first and foremost, hopefully you all did enjoy. I had to make you laugh. Hopefully you laughed. If you did laugh and you actually did enjoy, because I have to somehow make this shit fun, right? Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you're not already. Aside from that, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Here's my thoughts, okay? Valentine's Day. A day that, you know, some of you right now are probably thinking, oh god, he's gonna rant. And he hates Valentine's Day. No, actually, there was a time when I really loved Valentine's Day. All throughout my years in school as a young lad, basically, I would go to school and I would bring everyone a piece of candy, like a lollipop, a chocolate, or something, and I would bring them all a card. And I was one of those kids that would do all that, and I typically would end up with an empty basket. But it didn't matter, because each year I did it. Because in my years, if you didn't know, basically, I had someone that at the end of the day, I knew that I would be getting an actual, real, true Valentine from a certain someone. And it didn't matter to me. Because even though I watched as everybody gave gifts to everybody else, and I sat there with an empty basket at the end of my desk for a lot of years, I just accepted it. To this day, I still accept it. Because at the time, I had someone that meant the world to me, and I just knew that, hey, her Valentine would mean more than everything. Now, sure, it did get to me, but again, her thing meant the world to me. And you know what's funny is as you get older, right, they stop doing that stuff, right? Around the time when you're starting to go into like, you're midway through middle school or you're going into high school, they stop doing it. But yet for me, I kept doing it for an additional year. Until, the teachers were looking at me and going, you don't have to do that anymore, right? And I was like, yeah, I got it. No one gave me a memo, but I did it. And, yeah, so anyway, long story short is it's kind of like this here. There's a lot of mobile games and whatnot that I play and whatnot and dabble in. And, they've got an event right now going on in one of them, and everyone's giving each other roses, and they, by giving roses that you earn in the game, right, to someone, you get points and they get points, and I'm one of those people who doesn't really have any points. So, again, kind of the same thing throughout my life. It's fine. To me, it's just sucks, right? It's just one of those things. It is what it is, right? It's kind of like everything is based on a social currency in this world. Let's be honest about it. You look at being a content creator, and I've got to try and get more likes and attention and clicks and shares and engagement than everybody else. And I know that at the end of the day, that I'm one of those choices creators that doesn't get that either. And it's something that I've just kind of dealt with, because as a person who's been doing content 3 times longer than any other choices or romance or chapters or any other creator on this planet doing that content out of 8 billion people, let alone I've been doing content longer than Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and all these other people, I just accept it. That, just I'm nobody, and I'm not really going to ever have that feeling, I don't believe. But it is what it is. Long story short is, I still try and have an optimistic look. I still try and laugh. I still try and bring joy and all these other things, even though, that's how the world works, is a social currency. And that's, if you don't get it, you don't go anywhere. Aside from that, I'll just say the following. It was kind of cute, the little couple that was in the chocolate shop, and the 2 guys talking about, they write poetry for one another and whatnot instead of doing expensive gifts or whatnot. And I just have a question for you. Does that even exist? I'm serious. So the reason why I say this is because, again, as a content creator and the person who's constantly having to be on all these sites and the whole 9 yards, because again, I'm having to try and constantly promote myself, because if I don't promote myself, probably you guys wouldn't even know I existed. So, because again, without viewers who help promote a channel, the person's just talking into the void, in case you didn't figure that out by now. So for me, I just see a lot of women who constantly want big things and big grandioses and big grandeurs and all this other stuff, and it's something that, I'm a person who is willing to give the world to a woman. I always have. Every single woman that I've ever been with, I've given the world to her, and I've treated her the best I possibly could. But it seems like, and there's a thing going around that a lot of people are talking about, where basically it kind of makes you boring. And, women want these big grandeurs, and they want these big expensive things, and then you've got to get bigger next year and more grandeur and just the whole 9 yards, and it continues to grow. And, women have it easy. Like, I'm just going to say that. Women do have it easy. Again, like, women just have to show up. A guy has to put in a lot of effort when you really, really think about it. And that's just my perspective, my point of view. And I've always been fine with that, as long as they show up, right? Kind of like this guy in the story. Sometimes your people don't show up, or you get people who, as a person who's went on a lot of these dating things, you get a lot of women who just, they do that for farming, just ego, or boosting, or they try and find some sugar daddy who's got a lot of money, or things like that. And for me, I'm just to the point where I'm so beyond it and so tired of the games and everything else that for a while now I've just kind of given up on it, because I just think it's just meh. right? I would love to find love. I would love to just really make someone feel loved because I am a hopeless romantic. I believe in chivalry. That's why I pointed out the whole fact he didn't put his coat around her and the whole 9 yards, right? But um, I'm just again, I'm kind of a dying breed, I guess. Kind of like the saying is, you're too old to. Well, you were born too late in this time to explore the world, and you were born too early to explore the space, the universe. So you're just kind of stuck. And for me, I feel like I was born, I'm a man out of time, where I was born where, chivalry is no longer looked upon. Women want to sell themselves via literally and figuratively links in their bio, and they just want to put themselves out there to make millions and millions of dollars, and just a guy just cannot win anymore. And that's how I feel. That's just me telling you how I feel. And it's tiring, exhausting. It really is. And I don't care for women who are like that because, I just convince me. Prove me I'm wrong. Just someone somewhere. I've asked for it. Someone somewhere. And I've tried really hard also not to rock that boat for a very long time. I've tried never to rock that boat, but as of late, as I've got older and more just critical thinking, I'm starting to rock that boat a little. And again, prove me wrong. Okay? So, anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys have at least a good V-Day. I'll catch you all later. Peace out.